We start now with a farmer who has a message for you. I've been talking about this for some time, but I think it pays to hear from somebody who actually works the land and how concerned she is. Go.
So I got in a conversation today, and the woman, honestly, bless her heart, honestly thinks that food prices are not going to go up. She thinks that this is the highest they're going to go. I tried to explain to her that that was not the case, that they are absolutely going to go up even more. And I told her there are things that we have to buy. There's something we had to buy that 2 years ago cost us $24. Last year was about $46. This year it is costing us $96. Okay. Local farmer, 50 head of cattle. It's costing him $8,000 a month to feed them. Please understand, food prices are going to go up. You want to act like it's the farmer's fault. It is not the farmer's fault. We're barely making it to grow the stuff so you guys are able to get it in August, September, October. Okay? Guys, this is not going away. Stop sticking your head in the sand and thinking, oh, it's going to be okay. It's not going to be okay.
Now, this is farm country. And I'm telling you that when I heard one gentleman say that on average farmers are planting 20% less than last year, 20% on top of everything else, this is going to be a big problem. And I cannot believe the lack of focus by this administration or even this Congress with keep chasing January 6th. You heard what the first gentleman said. Fertilizer. You need oil to make fertilizer, believe it or not. So the war on energy, the war on fossil fuels, I don't care how many batteries you have, solar panels you have, wind you have, you need fertilizer. Where's it going to come from? The lack of fertilizer, because there's shortages of fertilizer because of the price of fuel, and we're about to have a shortage of fuel. Listen, folks, I don't like being the Prince of Darkness. But I started talking about this on radio back in February, March of 2021. As soon as they came, as soon as they were spending like they were spending, as soon as he signed that executive order or two, that was in January, it was a war on energy and absolute spending like we'd never seen before, this kind of borrowing and printing of money. And the consequences are obvious. The mob in the media, the mob in politics in Washington, you know, they play games. Remember, there were 19 Republican senators that vote for over $1 trillion for a so-called infrastructure bill. Does that seem wise to you now? Particularly when only a small percentage actually went to infrastructure. All that money's gone. And over $3 trillion, $3.5 trillion for COVID? We didn't need to spend $3.5 trillion on COVID. Money that went to the teachers' unions, money that went to left-wing groups, money that just it's raining down on us like a thunderstorm. Where did all that money go? What difference did it make? Well, it's killed the dollar. And then this war on energy, Biden puts out a letter now to a few scores of the large oil companies saying, you're profiteering, and what do you recommend we do? All you have to do is send me one of those letters. I'll answer it. What do you want us to do? Look, folks, if you really are serious and you really believe people are profiteering, how do you deal with it? You increase supply. That's how you deal with it. More fuel, the better. He won't do it. He's going off to Saudi Arabia, but they assure us he's not talking about oil. It's the only reason he's going to Saudi Arabia. Venezuela. He is a prisoner, Biden is, to his radical Marxist base. And I'm going to tell you something. They want to drive up the price of oil. They want to drive it to $9 or $10 a gallon. They want to force you out of your single-family homes. They want to force you out of the exurbs. They want to force you into denser and denser areas. They want to force you into public transportation. They want to force you to buy more expensive electric vehicles, which, by the way, won't be able to get recharged with electricity over a period of time because of the brownouts and blackouts that are coming. We're not expanding our electrical grid and the availability of the electrical supply. You don't just snap your fingers. You need other energy sources to create electricity. Coal creates 35% of our electricity. How's that going? Natural gas, oil, nuclear power. We haven't built any new nuclear power plants. They're taking old plants offline. So where's all this going to come from? And so they're going to focus people more and more into electricity, which will not be able to meet the demand. They're going to close down these fossil fuel sites, so that won't be able to make electricity. You won't be able to drive. This is a forced economic transformation, and it's going to make us a poor country. At the same time, when enemy countries are getting stronger and stronger and building up their militaries. It's a disaster.
Want to see more? Sign up for Levin TV.